Spoiler warning. Who is Otis? What does he mean about the Night Country? 8 biggest questions about a true detective suspect.
Otis heist?
The meaning behind Night Country is revealed in True Detective Season 4, Episode 4, which raises a number of concerns about potential future storylines for the program. The first few episodes of True Detective, Night Country, which is set in the fictional Alaskan town of Ennis, concentrate more on building an intriguing hook by delving into the enigmatic circumstances surrounding the death of a group of researchers. The episodes captivate viewers even more by making a connection between the peculiar deaths of the researchers and the 6-year-old murder of Annie, a young local lady. However, True Detective Season 4 seems to shift its focus from the major mystery to the backstories and personal challenges of its protagonists after the first 2 episodes. The events of Episode 4 also represent a turning point in the lives of all of the key characters in True Detective Season 4, as what begins as a peaceful Christmas Eve gradually develops into a terrifying ordeal that puts their relationships to the test. The same evening, Danvers is also presented with a fresh set of leads and hints that serve as an introduction to the Night Country. At first, it seemed like the title of True Detective, Night Country, referred to its Alaskan setting. Night Country seemed to make reference to Alaska's Arctic night. The narrative of True Detective, Night Country begins with a terrifying depiction of Ennis's final sunset of the year before the polar night arrives. After sunset, the residents of the area endure prolonged darkness for days on end, which forces them to depend entirely on artificial light sources. Though Ennis is a work of fiction, the phenomenon occurs in numerous far northern communities due to Earth's axis tilt. Because of this, the Night Country slogan in the show's title appears to have been inspired by the extended darkness experienced in some parts of Alaska. The location of True Detective's 4th episode serves as a story component in multiple ways. It employs it not only to heighten the spookiness and depth of its supernatural implications, but also to emphasize how the protagonist's mental health suffers as a result of Alaska's bitter cold. True Detective Season 4's storyline heavily relies on the landscape, so it was difficult to avoid assuming that Night Country alludes to Alaska's harsh environment. Episode 4 of the show, though, seems to imply that there may be more to it than first appears. Is Night Country in True Detective Season 4 actually alluding to dead people? Night Country appears to have paranormal roots. In the epilogue of Episode 4 of True Detective, Night Country, Peter informs Danvers that the local fishermen have discovered an enigmatic figure hiding in the dredge.
We just got a call in. Some fishermen spotted something near the dredge.
When Danvers gets to the dredge, she unexpectedly runs into Otis Heiss, a man who vanished years ago after suffering the same injuries as the Solal researchers, despite her initial expectations that she would find Raymond Clark.
Clark! Stop!
In response to her question concerning Raymond Clark, he states that he is somewhere deeper into the Night Country.
Where is he hiding?
He's hiding in the Night Country.
He continues, saying, "We're all in the Night Country now," which is disturbingly reminiscent of the line from Season 1 that Reggie Ledoux quotes, "You're in Carcosa now." This seems to imply that Night Country is a parallel magical planet that either houses the dead or something even more evil, similar to Carcosa. Rose stated that the line dividing the living from the dead is beginning to blur in Ennis in a previous episode of True Detective, Night Country.
And Ennis is where the fabric of all things.
Maybe Night Country is what's on the other side of the line, separating the supernatural from humans. Characters from True Detective, such as Navarro, Julia, Rose, and even Rust Cole, appear to possess the rare capacity to see beyond the realm of humanity and into Carcosa and the Night Country. This explains why people frequently run into unexplained paranormal activities. However, Night Country might not be what Otis says it is, given the course that Season 1's metaphysical components took. What happens to the mystery of Night Country in True Detective? Raymond Clark's death. The Night Country reveal in True Detective further muddies Raymond's destiny. Given that Night Country tends to allude to the hereafter, Otis' statement that Raymond Clark is further down in the Night Country may indicate that he has passed away. But in the end, Carcosa was shown in True Detective Season 1 to be a projection of the deranged minds that gave rise to the Tuttle cult. Since its existence was never made clear in the show, it is difficult to avoid thinking that Carcosa and Hastur were just creations of the Tuttle's imagination. hallucination. Rust's previous drug usage was the cause of his visions in the meantime. Danvers' statement cannot be taken too seriously as he discovers Otis using drugs. Like Carcosa, Night Country can end up being nothing more than a metaphor for the inner darkness. It was evident from Raymond Clark's room in the van that the loss of Annie had upset him. It's likely that his deteriorating mental state persuaded him that Night Country is a real place for the dead, and Otis is repeating his remarks in episode 4 of True Detective Season 4.